Hello YouTube, this is Keith Kevin Ken. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. You know, I've been doing this very long series. I think this is the 18th episode where I count down the knives that I purchased in 2019. This desk started filled with knives. You can check out the entire series. I put a playlist together. Also, I included it on the Knife of the Day. If you go on the Knife of the Day playlist, you can see everything that I've done, I don't know, 5 years or so. So go check them out. I've been doing them in groups and we're coming towards the end. Today, what I want to look at is Spyderco UKPK, the Urban 2 slip joint knives, brand new in 2019. The Meerkat, brand new in 2019. The Kopa. Oh, my Kopa. The 17th Kopa in a series that really had stopped like, 10 years ago or so? Man, I had to... It took me 3 years to collect all 16 Kopas, and I thought the series was done. And Spyderco brought it back in 2019. And then a special Ladybug. So let's talk about these knives. The UKPK is really, the real name for it is the UK penknife. You know, over in the UK, locking knives are a no-no. And so these are slip joint knives that are under the 3 inches as well. Can you see that better now? UKPK. I like Spyderco slip joint knives. Very strong spring. They have a half stop. I mean, you can push through the half stop because it's non-locking, but the half stop gives you a lot of resistance. Right at this point, a lot of good slip joints do that. So it says, get your fingers out of the way. I'm about ready to come down on it. I like the UKPK because it has everything you can imagine from a Spyderco, right? There's that 50-50 choil, more like a 60-40 forward choil. Most, not all, but most of Spyderco slip joints have that forward choil. And that's a safeguard. Because it doesn't have a lock, if it goes forward, see, you have your finger stopping it from going down with the forward choil. It's rare that that happens. You know, you cut against the friction, right? You don't cut with the back of your knife. But if something happens or you think it's a locking knife and it isn't, that's a good safeguard. You get that Spyderco leaf shape as well. What makes this special, besides that colorful G10, that real nice G10, red G10, is that this is S30V steel, CPM S30V steel, which is really good. It's interesting. This is a UK knife, really a European knife that Spyderco makes out of Colorado. It's a USA made knife for that market. But really, it's for anyone who wants a real nice Spyderco slip joint. The UKPK is very good. Very nice. A lot of variations on it, too. Here's another slip joint that Spyderco has been doing for some time. It's called the Urban. It's a smaller version of almost like the UKPK. It's not exactly like it, but it's a small slip joint knife, again in that regular Spyderco kind of way. This was a sprint run, and the reason it was a sprint run is the first time that they used aeb-l stainless steel. aeb-l steel is in this one. Again, slip joint. Again, the half stop, good steel, FRN scales. Oh, by the way, both of these knives have the wire clip. Left hand, right hand, tip up only, but both of them with the nice wire clip. And this with the brownish FRN scales. The rest of the knives aren't slip joints, but they are really nice little knives. You know, Spyderco started with that HAP 40 series with the burnt orange, all those sprint run knives that they did. And those sprint runs included the Endura, Delica, the Stretch, the, boy, what else was it? The Dragonfly, the Ladybug, the Man Bug, and this, which I just love that they brought it back. They brought it back even before they started these knives. It's the Meerkat. When I started collecting Spydercos, I fell in love with this knife. I have two of the older versions of these, and I really like it. Nice small knife again. You know, there's that forward choil. It's nice. It gives you that 3 fingers when you go up on the choil, and then that fourth one, they cut that off on the back, so it kind of just lies there, real comfortable like. Small knife, a little wider profile on the blade. Now, look at the little small wire clip. This is tip down only. Right hand, left hand, tip down only. And the reason is the very special part of the Meerkat. And that is, it's not a slip joint. Stainless steel liners. No, it has a little push right there. See that? Push on the scale, and that releases the lock. How you like that? Yeah, little phantom lock. Right where they have the spider, push it forward, and it goes down. Nice little knife, the Meerkat. And of course, this one is in v-toku 2. After they did the burnt orange, late 2018 into 2019, they did the v-toku 2 light blue sprint run of the Endura, Delica, Stretch, Ladybug, Man Bug, Dragonfly, and Meerkat. So this is part of that sprint run. This knife was in 2019 that I purchased, and the Stretch as part of this sprint run group was in 2019. The Meerkat is a small knife, 2 inches, 1.7 inch, a 2-inch blade, 1.7 inch of it is that edge. The total length, just 5.3 inches. And then, of course, that phantom lock. You know, I showed you the Urban earlier. That's only 2.6 inches. And then the UKPK was only 2.9 inches. So this grouping is small knives from Spyderco that are really nicely made. I like the FRN scales on this too. Thick, they feel substantial even for a smaller knife. It only weighs 2.5 ounces, but for a small knife, it's really nice. I was so happy. First, I was surprised. Second, they didn't send this to me as part of my Spyderco club. I had to find out. I read that this was already out, and so I found it and got it. This is the Kopa. This is the 17th Kopa. In the early 2000s, what Spyderco did was each year they released 4 or 5 of these small wonderfully made pocket knives. What are not pocket knives? What do I want to say? Gentleman folders. Just perfect gentleman folders. The profiles were exactly the same, just like this. VG10 steel. You see the blade? Same. Everything was the same. 2.4-inch blade. The forward choil right there. So the edge is 1.9 inches. The total was 5.8 inches. They all had stainless steel liners, but here's the difference. This is the first stainless steel one. Each and every one of them had this wonderful inlay, whether it was wood inlay or stone inlay. I have a video of my collection. I finally got all 16 of them. It took me 3 years and I overpaid for a lot of them. Took me like a year and a half to get the turquoise one. But I got them in great condition. And so when I heard they were doing another one, now this is plain, but I was so happy to get the 17th. Now the reason they stopped years ago was, at least what I hear from Spyderco is, you know, the maker of these things can make them, do them at a good price, and the quality is so great. I have packed, those are going with me. You will never see me try to sell one of the Kopas. Okay? First, I would price them at the right price because they're all limited edition. They only made 500 or 600 of each of them. I forget right off the hand. So they're very limited. Anyway, this is a sprint run. This is the 17th one. It is by far the simplest one, all stainless steel. I'm hoping, and I don't know it, I'm hoping that the folks at Spyderco found a new company and they threw this at them as a test. Now, they knew they didn't have a stainless steel in the lineup, so that's great. But I'm hoping that they come out with some more. But very nice collection. That is the top collection. You see me talk about the Sages and the Chaparrals and all of those. There is no better collection from Spyderco than the Kopas. I just love them. Just a wonderful. Listen to me. I just love them. I think they're heirloom worthy. You know, I have 5 grandsons. My oldest daughter has 5. Her and her husband have 5 grandsons and younger. I could just see a nice box full of those that go down through the family. Anyway, VG10 steel. You guys can look down your nose at them. I have a lot of knives with a lot of different steel, but VG10 steel does some good cutting. It's not one of the super steels we've come to love, like the steel on this, the HAP 40. This is part of that Knife Center exclusives that they've been doing. They did the Delica, the Endura, the Dragonfly, and then in 2019 they did the Ladybug with that pack of wood scales. See that? The stainless steel liners and of course the back lock on it. Just a real nice looking knife. And that finishes up our small Spydercos this time around. We have a couple more knives. You don't see the 4 fixed blade knives that I bought in 2019 on the table because when we started I didn't have enough room for them. So those are coming. I have my knives from We Knife Company that I bought in 2019 that you'll see come your way. And then you'll see a group of knives, 4 of them, that showed you that I didn't just sit on my hunches. I didn't just sit waiting for the Spydercos and the Chris Reeve knives to come through. I wandered outside of my comfort zone, and you'll see those knives as well. Hope you're enjoying this series. It's coming to an end. It's taking time. I still haven't gotten a new knife in 2020. I'm waiting for Spyderco to tell me that they're sending one on the way. I want that to be the new knife of 2020. But I hope you're enjoying this. I'm enjoying going through my knives. I've learned a lot, like how much money I spent in 2019 on knives. I'm hoping that your 2020 is a good one. I'm hoping that it started out good. If it started out bad, hey, it's the beginning. We've got 11 more months, and you've got me hoping the best for you. I hope all of you guys have a perfect day. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.